As the 2024 U.S. elections approach, the political climate is heating up, with both Donald Trump and Kamala Harris vying for the presidency. But where will the election be won or lost? The answer lies in the battleground states, those critical regions that often tip the balance in close elections. Let's take a closer look at these key states and what's at stake. In U.S. elections, some states are predictable. California almost always votes Democratic, while Texas leans heavily Republican. However, battleground or swing states are far less predictable. These are states where the vote could go either way, making them the focal points of campaign strategies. In 2024, the most closely watched battlegrounds are Georgia, Arizona, Pennsylvania, and Michigan. In U.S. elections, some states are predictable. California almost always votes Democratic, while Texas leans heavily Republican. However, battleground or swing states are far less predictable. These are states where the vote could go either way, making them the focal points of campaign strategies. In 2024, the most closely watched battlegrounds are Georgia, Arizona, Pennsylvania, and Michigan. Georgia, a historically Republican state, flipped to the Democrats in 2020 for the first time since the 1990s. This shift was driven by urban and suburban voters, especially in Atlanta. For Trump, winning back Georgia is crucial to his path to victory. His campaign is heavily focused on rural voters, trying to turn out the same base that nearly helped him win in 2020. However, Kamala Harris is working to maintain Democratic momentum in Georgia by focusing on issues like healthcare, education, and voting rights, areas that resonate with suburban voters. Pennsylvania, often called the Keystone State, is another crucial battleground. Trump won Pennsylvania in 2016, but Biden narrowly flipped it in 2020. With its diverse population, from rural areas to industrial cities like Pittsburgh and Philadelphia, the state remains deeply divided. Harris is focusing on rebuilding support in the state's blue-collar communities, particularly on economic issues such as jobs and infrastructure. Meanwhile, Trump is doubling down on his appeal to rural voters, promising to bring back jobs and continue his America First policies. Arizona has emerged as a new battleground in recent elections. Once a Republican stronghold, changing demographics, particularly a growing Latino population and younger voters, helped Democrats flip the state in 2020. Harris's campaign is betting on this shift to keep Arizona blue. Trump, however, remains popular with many Arizonans, particularly in rural areas. His team is focusing on border security and immigration, issues that resonate deeply with many voters in the state. The stakes in the 2024 election couldn't be higher. With the economy, immigration, and healthcare at the forefront of voters' minds, both Trump and Harris are tailoring their messages to these battleground states. Polls show that these races are incredibly tight, and even a small shift in voter turnout could determine the next president. While Trump is focusing on reclaiming states he lost in 2020, such as Georgia and Arizona, Harris is working to solidify Democratic gains and appeal to the broader coalition that helped Biden win. As we head into the final stretch of the 2024 campaign, all eyes will be on these key battlegrounds. With the potential for razor-thin margins, the outcome in states like Georgia, Pennsylvania, and Arizona could shape the future of the country. Whether Trump's comeback strategy or Harris's push for progress will win the day remains to be seen. Make sure to stay tuned for updates as we get closer to Election Day. That's all for today's video. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit the like button, share with your friends, and subscribe for more in-depth coverage of the 2024 election. We'll be following the results closely, so make sure you don't miss our next update.